518 Sports, 518sports.com. I'm Connor Hall, and on the phone right now, Kevin Smith, a shortstop at the University of Maryland and a Columbia High School graduate. Kevin, you guys are out to a 9-6 start in the Big Ten and 24-19 overall. You have started all 43 games thus far at shortstop. Was this something you expected when you first signed with Maryland to be their starting shortstop as a sophomore in every game?
I wouldn't say it's something that was expected. I think it's something that was a goal of mine and something that I really look forward to working towards. Getting recruited here, talking to Coach Sheff and Vaughn a little bit, there's nothing guaranteed. Nothing was going to be handed to you. You have to go out there and work hard and compete for everything. My class coming in was really strong. We had a few infield guys that were going for the spot. So it was all about hard work and who wanted it the most, and nothing was guaranteed. So I'd say it wasn't really expected, but it was definitely something that was a goal of mine and something that I was working towards.
Not only are you playing in every game, but you're doing it with tremendous success, hitting .269 with 5 home runs and 47 hits. What have you done from your freshman to sophomore season to improve your game?
I think there's a lot of things mentally that I really wanted to work on. Obviously, there's a few things with the swing, mechanical-wise, that you can always work on and tweak here and there. But, I pride myself a lot on the mental side of the game and really understanding pitchers, looking at what teams did to me last year, really focusing on, pitch sequences, what's going on in the game, just trying to outthink a lot of people. I think that's something that's big in sports and in baseball, definitely, with, the amount of failure that you're gonna see over the course of your career. So just trying to stay positive, trying to stay as relaxed as you can, and just know that, your next at bat is the most important one.
Now, just last year, you guys made a huge run into the Super Regionals, upsetting the number 1 seed UCLA in the process. What do you see in your team this year that can get you to the next level of playing in Omaha?
I think we have a lot of talent on our team, honestly, that hasn't come through yet. We're really young this year. Our starting pitching, I think, is even better this year than it was last year with a lot of the guys back. And, we really didn't lose anyone in that category, and they stepped up big time. So I think our starting pitching is definitely our strength. We have some guys kind of kicking it into gear at the right times right now with, in our order and out of the bullpen. So I think our strong starting pitching will help us a lot in a regional and in the Big Ten tournament, and we'll probably just try to ride that out and give those guys as many runs as we can.
Obviously, making it to Omaha would be a phenomenal feeling, but you've had some big wins under your belt in the past when your 9- and 10-year-old All-Star team won the state tournament in 2006, and you also made it to the Connie Mack World Series with the South Troy Dodgers. Take me through what was special about both of those teams.
Well, obviously starting in Little League, that was just something that I think we had one of the most talented teams in the country. That was probably the most fun that I've had besides last year in my baseball career. And, we just didn't lose. We had a lot of competitors. And if you look up and down that lineup, there's a lot of guys playing college ball, a lot of guys that are just successful in life right now. In any aspect of it. But that was just a fun group to be around. Obviously, your brother Kyle Hall on it. But I think that set a lot of us up for success down the road, just the work ethic and the determination and the stuff that, our coaches, including your dad, showed us there, really translated to the next level. And obviously at South Troy, probably one of the best programs in the Northeast, maybe in the country for the AABC. Our same thing since your dad from Little League and then pass it on to the Rogers. They just always put in a mindset of you're going to work for what you want and you're going to work harder than everyone else, and it's going to pay out on the field. So I think those two programs really set the table for what a lot of us are doing now, even off the field, with just the work ethic and the mindset that you're going to win in whatever you do in life. And I think it's been great.
Now, you talk about work ethic. Obviously, folks, the commitment that comes with being a D1 athlete is incredible, something that no one can put into perspective until they've been through it. Kevin, take me through the daily life of a Division I athlete.
Yes, I'll just take you through like our normal Wednesday off season. So we'll get up at about 5:15, 5:20. We got to do a little pre-work before we get into our lift at 6. We'll lift for about an hour and 15 minutes, get treatment after that. Come back, get something to eat quick, and then our class block is from 8 to about 1:45. So we have about anywhere from 3 to 5 classes within that time period. You go to classes, you grab something to eat quick at the dining hall or somewhere on campus, and then you're out hitting at about 1:30 until 3. Team practice starts at 3 o'clock. We'll practice for about 3 hours. We'll go in, change, shower, And then from there, it's either straight to study hall if you need to get hours in. The coaches have mandated hours that you have to get each week, so it's either going right there to catch up on some work, or it's getting a little bit of food, going back to the room and studying until about 10 o'clock, and then it's time to hit the bed and do it all over the next day.
So, folks, it's obviously a lot more than we just see on TV with them playing the game that they love. Now, I asked Jamie Schultz the same question. Kevin, give me your best memory from every level of baseball that you've played.
I would have to say it was last year out in UCLA, beating those guys. I mean, #1 national seed. We kind of, in the last 4 into the tournament, we were sitting there hoping that we would get a shot. We popped up quick, went to the best regional in the country, and we just wanted to go out there, have fun, and really grind it out. We had no doubt in our mind that we were going to win that. The team had a lot of guys returning that beat South Carolina the year previous. So, we went out there. We wanted to have fun, wanted to enjoy it, but in the back of our minds, we wanted to win that regional. And, going out there, games on ESPN, there's about, a few thousand people in the stands while watching at home, and just the atmosphere that was in. It was incredible. It's nothing that I could ever describe. And it's something that you always dream about when you come to a big program like this.
Obviously, the transition from each level is tremendous. But give me a couple people who you think impacted you the most throughout the entire journey.
As far as going from high school to college, I would say, South Troy did a tremendous job of preparing us for the next level. I mean, you see kids year in and year out from there just doing a great job at the next level and really not missing a beat. And I think that comes from the great competition that you play at South Troy, from the coaches to past players that come back in the winter and work with you and give you a kind of idea of what you need to work on so that you're ready for your freshman year. All of that stuff, just the whole program in general, I think really helps you transition really quickly and really effectively to the next level. And then I think the most impactful thing is really the guys that are on your team in college or your freshman year. I mean, the older guys that know what they're doing, that had experience, that have won big games. From the first day you step on campus, those guys are kind of your mentors. So guys like Jose Quash, Brandon Lau, up the middle, guys that are all playing pro ball now really had a tremendous effect on me. And then obviously you have the college coaches who you really can't say enough about.
College Park in Maryland is said to be one of the best campus atmospheres in the nation. What's the best part about going to college there?
As a northern guy, you got to look at the weather and how it's a little warmer down here. I mean, we can go out and hit in shorts in January. I mean, it might be 40 or 50, but it feels really good coming back from winter break up north. I'd say the weather's pretty decent. I just think the overall atmosphere here is really cool. There's a lot of school pride here. Basketball games are definitely one of the best venues to come to. I think it's ranked 2 behind Cameron Indoor, so that's something that people take a lot of pride in here. But I think it's just the overall sense of community that is Maryland, and a lot of Maryland pride here, and people walking around every day with Maryland baseball T-shirts or basketball T-shirts or whatever it is, just showing their support. So I would just say it's the whole community in general, and how it's so based around college is great.
Your former teammate as a member of the South Troy Dodgers, Danny Maynard, originally committed to playing behind the dish at Notre Dame, but then decommitted and came to Maryland. What's it like having 2 guys from upstate New York and your former teammate back on your team again?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly something that we actually looked forward to growing up. I mean, I remember talking with him and Yurachek and some other guys on our team, Henchy, and being like, wow, wouldn't that be cool to play together at the next level and to experience that part of life together. And when he got that opportunity, I was really excited. I mean, I had called Coach Sheff, and he already knew about him. He was already looking into it. He came and saw him, and Danny performed, and he's really been exceeding expectations at all levels, I'm pretty sure, down here. And, it's awesome to see him succeed and to have someone from back home who you can relate to, someone to go to, someone that has been there for a few years now that you're comfortable with, and seeing him really grow has been something that's meant a lot to me. And you can't really describe what it's like to go to college with one of your best friends from home, and also at a school like this and a program like this. It's something that you dream of.
Kevin, you used to be a pretty incredible golfer at a young age. Now, when I say young age, folks, I'm talking 5 or 6. Tell everyone about your success on the links when you were younger and what made you switch from golf to baseball.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I could go back, I would probably tell myself to keep the golf swing. Definitely one of the best sports to play in college. It's really laid back. You get to see a lot of good courses. And ultimately, it's just something that you can carry on for the rest of your life. But when I was 4, I actually won the New York State Championship for the 6 and under division. Went down to Georgia for the national qualifier, and actually placed 42nd in the country, I believe. So I was up there. I think that was my best sport. Had a really good swing. My dad always played golf, so I had a lot of practice time. But I think the story is one day I just went up to my dad and said, "Hey, this is too boring for me. You know, I want to play some baseball and I want to play basketball, and golf really isn't that exciting to me anymore." And he just said, "Okay," like any good father would do, and let your son go play whatever sport he wants. So definitely no knock on my dad, but if I was there, I probably would have told myself to keep swinging the golf club for now.
Coming from the town of East Greenbush in East Greenbush Castle Little League, is it pretty surreal to know that you're on a national map and you're projected to be drafted in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that, you know, practicing every day with your dad and that Little League team that you dream of. I mean, not really expecting it to happen, but if you interviewed us a long time ago when we were on that team, we would all say the same thing, that was our goal. And aside from winning the state championship, that's something that we want to do in the future. So that's pretty surreal, and, you know, I have a lot of guys back home to thank for that. I was just really thankful that I had guys like Mr. Hall and my father and a few other guys that really just, like I said, put the work ethic into us, and that whatever you want, as long as you work for it, you can do it in life. So there's definitely a lot of people back home that I have to thank for my success.
Kevin Smith, University of Maryland, sophomore shortstop and Columbia High School graduate. Thanks for joining me, and best of luck the rest of the season. We'll be watching back here in the Capital Region.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Connor.